What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Listen, this is not a show. This is not a lot of time or anything like that. Uh, I just saw something. Well, I not just saw anything. It's just I got a question for you guys that are Cowboy fans. I saw something earlier when I was reading. I want to know this one question. Give me your answer real quick, and I promise you I'm leaving. This is not a show.
I can say it.
I saw something that was read and with expectations of the Cowboy season. And they asked that a survey was done amongst Cowboy fans. And one of the questions was, what do you consider a success for the Cowboy season? And majority of the answers, I just read it on the Athletic. What's up, Gary? I see you.
Hey, Gary.
Mr. Bryant.
Gary Bryant.
Mr. Bryant.
Miss Gravy Bryant.
Mr. Bryant.
Why can't you call him Gravy Bryant?
You don't call him, you call him Mr. Bryant.
Mr. Bryant.
Yeah.
And guys,
No.
I'm Michael Jordan.
So here's the thing. The question was, what do you consider the success of the Cowboy season this year? And majority of the people said that a successful season for the Cowboys would be 10 wins. Over 65% of the people, I don't know how many people actually voted or whatever, but 65% of our people, of our fans, said 10 wins is a successful season. And, part of me said, okay, well, we're not used to winning consistently 8 games or so or whatever. And, I guess 10 almost like a stretch, a successful season. But then I started thinking about this roster, man, and all this expectation and how good these guys are. They're good. It's just like I told y'all too many times. It's too many all pros and too many pro bowlers on this team. Why are we just settling, man? I don't, I'm tired of the settling part. Like 10 wins, that's all. Man, this roster, when healthy, is I don't care no matter what y'all say, defense and all that. No, man, this team, I'm not giving them a break. I said it last year. If y'all remember last year, I said barring injury, this team should go deep into the playoffs. When I say deep, minimum divisional round, definitely NFC championship. That's what I thought. Y'all can say what you want to say. I know the defense was horrible and all that kind of say. Thank you, Gary. That's more. That's when I'm that. Now you talking. Yeah, 12-5. Gary says that's more talking. But we so used to losing and struggling that actually a lot of our fan base would be excited over 10. Like we won 10 games. We made the playoffs. We made the playoffs. The expectation level is got to come up. Whatever team Tom Brady play on, you ain't look. They're not gonna say 10 wins. They're not. They're not gonna say 10 wins. A Tom Brady led team has only one thing on their mind: Super Bowl. Y'all know that. A Patrick Mahomes Kansas City Chiefs team. They ain't talking about 10 wins. They're talking about Super Bowl. That's it. Team ain't showed up, but the Baltimore Ravens, they're not talking about 10 wins. The Baltimore Ravens are talking about a Super Bowl. We just happy that we just happy. Exactly, Gary. You're absolutely right. It may not get you in the playoffs at all. We just happy, our expectation is, what y'all think? We want to win the NFC East. Like we the NFC East champions. We won the NFC East. Like that's just the goal beyond goals. Yeah, they get you a ticket, automatic ticket to the playoffs. I get that, but really, the word Super Bowl is almost like we're allergic to saying those two words in our organization now. Like like nobody says it until the rookies got there this year. But other than that, I mean, it's our expectation level is just horrible. You ask me. So I saw that. I just wanted to get a couple of y'all on here and just talk for a few minutes. My brother Gary has already kind of summed it up. He thinks 12-5 is that's kind of area I'm thinking about. If they are healthy, this offense should light it up. No question about that. All this defense has to do is be better than 31st in the league in the run. I believe that's going to happen. Now, 31st might mean 24th, but that's an improvement. And 24th, if your offense scoring, might get you somewhere. 20th, if they get into the teens at all, look out with the defense. If they get anywhere between 10 and 19, look out. And the offense stays the same, look out. They're going, yeah, they're going to do it. What do you say, Brother Gary? Gary says a culture of losing, hovering over the squad is why the expectations have dwindled to being satisfied with the division title. It's almost like a black cat is over here. It's the Jason Garrett spell. Anything 8 wins, eight wins between 8 and 9 wins. That's about where it is with Jason. With 7 and 9, between 7 and 9 wins. That's the limit. We're allergic almost to double-digit wins. I mean, think about it. We're almost allergic to winning double-digit wins. It's unbelievable. And people are just saying, look, just give me the 10 and I'm happy. Well, I'm not one of those ones that's happy with it. I'm sorry. Now, if we was a 10, we had a 10 win team roster, then I wouldn't say nothing. If we had a 10 win team type roster, I would say, hey, let's just try to get 10 wins. But this is not a 10 win team roster. It's not. And as soon as we start holding these guys and people start saying and stop accepting the mediocrity and go ahead and just call it like it is, like, hey man, y'all guys a little bit too good for 10 wins. Y'all look, somebody got to put the pressure on these guys. This settling stuff is just it's raggedy. And our fan base is trickled down to our fan base because we done lost so much and this is what we think now. This is not a 10 win, 8 to 10 win roster. It's not. This is not. Now you start telling me Ben DiNucci gonna play or something like that, then okay, I had to tone down my expectations. No doubt about it. I had to tone it down then. But if Prescott is back there, if Ezekiel is back there, and Cooper's on the field, and Lamb, and three all pros or all Pro Bowlers or whatever, Martin and Tyron Smith and Collins, and if they're out there, I can't give them 10 wins. I'm not giving no excuse, man. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. And I think it's time that everybody start holding these guys accountable for the talent that God has given them. And there should be no excuse that this team should be struggling to win eight games every year. Losing games in the fourth quarter. Can't make the play when it really needed, or can't score when it counts. All that stuff. Selling, I can't. I can't give it to them no more. Exactly, Gary. Those were the good old days. The Cowboys in the playoffs every year back then. There wasn't even no question what they're making. It just can they get over the hump? They lived in the playoffs. It's kind of like the way the Patriots were a couple years ago. Every year, Brady. It wasn't no question. It's just are the Patriots going to be the number 1 or the number 2 seed? That was the Patriots thing. It wasn't where they going to the playoffs. It was Are they gonna be either number 1 or number 2 seed? Us, we don't know what we gonna get. I'm just I was disappointed in the fan result. It's on the Athletic for those that follow the Cowboys. If you have a subscription to the Athletic, you'll see all of the results of the fan survey. If you go to your Twitter page, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So right at 65% said that they were happy about it. A 10-win season. I'm like, man, y'all, that's not good. That's not good. Mediocre thoughts will lead to mediocre actions. It's just that simple. That's all I want to talk about, y'all. Real quick. I just read it too. So I came on here and just gave, a little. How long I've been on? 13 minutes. That's about it. That's all I want to talk about. Listen, tune in. One other thing. How about this one? I just put it on my group. Dak Prescott is ranked, check this out, by Pro Football Focus, the 50th best player leading into 2021. How about that? Second highest paid quarterback in the league. They ranked Dak Prescott the 50th overall best player in the league. Sound like to me Dak got a lot to prove, don't he? Because people still don't believe. If you rank the quarterbacks, I'll guarantee you that top 50 is loaded with quarterbacks. And what it sounds like to me is if Dak is ranked 50, he's probably right in probably in the middle of the pack of quarterbacks, at least the way they're thinking. When you start talking about the 50 best player overall, I mean, now we're talking wide receivers and defensive linemen and, edge rushers and offensive linemen and all that kind of stuff. So you can understand that, but you would figure that Dak probably would be a little bit higher than that. But if Dak is not there, I mean, come on now. That is a lot of people that he had to climb over. And some people going to find that disrespectful to Dak. Some people going to say that's about where he need to be. So once again, we're coming into the season with not a conclusive statement on Dak Prescott. It's either it's still that dividing line. It's still that either or thought process when it comes to Dak. It's either you believe in him or you don't. There's no middle ground. And that's why he's probably ranked. I didn't see the whole list, but that's probably why he's at the lower end when it comes to quarterbacks, as far as Pro Football Focus is concerned. Uh, it's unbelievable. That's what I'm saying. I don't. Everybody on this team should have a chip on their shoulder. I mean, a real, honest, ticked off type attitude every week. Every week. I mean, the motivation should be there to tear a knothole into people every week, because I couldn't be the coach because I'd be talking so bad. I had to put down my preaching gear, and I had to put down my clerical calling and everything else. Because if I had a chance to talk to these guys, man, y'all be upset with the old preacher here. I had some choice words for him. Y'all can laugh at me all you want. I had to talk to him crazy. I wish I can give a pep talk to him. I start with DeMarcus Lawrence, D Law. I can't tell you where you been, man. Where you at? I can't tell you. I can't tell you, man. Oh, I talk bad to him. I talk bad to him. Mark Cooper, you sure you hurt, Doc? Hmm? You're questioning my. No, I'm not questioning. I'm saying Every time your foot that tender, is it? Cause I seen you rack up 200 yards almost. Nobody, if your foot messed up, it's hard to be a wide receiver. Y'all don't want me to. Y'all don't want me to go in there and talk to him. Y'all don't want me to go in there and talk to him. No, no, no. I'm through. I don't even want to start. I'll holler at y'all. Listen, I will be with you guys on this Saturday at 3:00. We might talk about this a little bit more in depth. Uh, Probably some other stuff. We might get into that Dak Prescott stuff that we saw earlier. Break down that list that we saw. We'll talk about some other stuff, but it will be on Saturday at 3 p.m. Central for the Big Time Show podcast. That will be live here in these same places wherever you're looking at me at, or hope for those that are may watch this little replay here or at any time, join me on Saturday at 3 p.m. For the show. Until then, I'll holler at you. Thank you, Bro Gary, for hollering at me for a minute, man. Thank you for popping in. I'm out of here. We'll see you 3 p.m. for the one and only. Y'all know what it is. The Big Time Show.